Hello, in this video I will talk about recursion. So let's write a method, recursive method, and in this method we want to display numbers from 5, 5 to 1 or from a number to 1. So if we want to start from 5, then we want to display 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And remember that in when you when you want to solve a problem with the recursion, so we separate the big problem into two parts. One of them is base case, and the other one is smaller version. So in this case, we want to say smaller, and also let's say this is the simple case. Okay, so for the smaller. So if you say um, for this simple case, if you say 1 and smaller 2, 3, 4, 5, then this is not a good idea because this or let me write other way 5, 4, 3, 2. This is not a good idea because the smaller should be similar to bigger problem. But here you go from 5 to 1. I'm sorry, 5 to 2. This is not a good idea because this should be so this is the um, original problem. So the original and smaller should be similar. Instead of doing this way, we want to say simple is 5 and the smaller is 4, 3, 2, 1. Now the original and smaller, they are similar to each other because uh, from any number it goes all the way to the 1, and here also from a number it goes to the 1. So if you make the smaller this way, in the next iteration we say 3, 2, 1. That means start from 3 all the way to the 1. So the stopping condition is always 1. So now let's split in this way. So smaller, original is this, and then smaller is this. Now we want to write our recursive method here. I say public static, and should it be void or should it return a value? In this case, you should look at the problem. So if you display a value in each iteration, then void is a good idea. So here we don't make any calculation. We don't say multiplication, division. So we just make it void. Okay, and then let me call the method name as f for the simplicity. So here the starting point is it should be a number, and if we get the number 5, then we want to display from 5 to 1. So it should be a number int, let's say num. Okay. So here the method call is just f5. Okay, so here we want to I say system out print line. Okay, so in the first iteration I want to display, or let me do it print. I want to display 5, and then okay, so 5, and then I want to display 4, 3. Okay, so here I will say num. Okay, and this is not a recursive method. Recursive method is a method which calls itself. So after displaying this, let me say okay, so let me say f, and there should be a reduction also. That means you need to simplify the problem in each recursion. So if I say num again, then the num will not get decreased, so num will remain the same. So this is not good. So we say minus 1. Okay, minus 1. um, so let's see what happens if I okay, so actually let me just debug this program. Let me put a breakpoint here and another breakpoint right here. Okay, um, so let me debug this, or okay, so let me debug that. Okay, so here if I say step over, then we are here. If I display this step over, it displays 5 on the screen. Okay, 5 on the screen. And then if I say step over, okay, now the parameter is 4. Okay, now in here the parameter was 5. Now in this method the parameter is 4. I display 4 and then I pass the parameter 3. 4 minus 1, 3. If I step over, now in the call stack we have another method called. So here the parameter was 4. In here parameter was 5. In this one the parameter is 3. Now I display 3. Okay, and then I am about to pass 2. 3 minus 1. If I step over, I have another method called, and the number is 2. And if I step over, we display 2. Now I pass the parameter 1. If I step over, now um, so num is 1. Okay, so we see here num is 1. If I step over, num is okay, so still 1, so the parameter will be 0. Okay, so if I step over, it displays 0. If I step over, now the number is minus 1. It displays minus 1. So this is not what I wanted. I wanted to stop when the number is 1. So let me stop the program. Okay, so now we need to fix this. So there should be a stopping condition. So because this is a void, I say if I don't have to have stopping condition. Um, I need to put continuation condition. So that means as long as the condition is true, do this. If the condition is false, do nothing. So because we don't return anything. Um, so we say the continuation condition is if number is greater than 0. If number is 1, we want to also display that. But if number is 0, we don't want to continue. So as long as number is greater than 0, do this. Now if I run the program, okay, so let me debug the program again. Okay, F5, step over. Okay, so the condition is true, and we display 5 on the screen, and we pass the parameter. Okay. Step over, and we pass parameter 3, and we display num is 3, display 3, and pass the parameter 2, and here you see all the stack call. So this is the first one. Num is 5, num is 4, num is 3, num is 2. In here we display 2, step over, and then parameter is 1. So we pass the parameter. Now in this method parameter is 1. I display that. Okay, I display 1, and then I pass the parameter 0. So let me put the breakpoint here. Okay, so if I step over, now I am in this method, and in this method, so the parameter is 0, and we check the condition. Is this 0? Is this true? No. Num, the 0 is not greater than 0. So this will not, it will not go into this part, and it will come to just after this. That means it will not do anything in this method. And when this method is terminated, this method here, as we see, will be removed from the stack, and then we will go back to here. So let's see what happens if I step over. Okay, so this is about to terminate, so this will be removed. If I step over, okay, now it completed all of the others, and all of the remaining ones is removed from the stack, and then we are back in main method, and it displayed this one. And also, so let me stop the program, and let's say we want to display from 1 to 5 instead. In this case, we change the order of this one. So this one I cut from here and paste in here. So here, if I put a breakpoint right here, so let me debug the program. Okay, F5, step over. So num is 5. If I step over, so instead of, so this, when we are back in this method, this statement will display 5, but we don't display 5 right away. It is postponed. First, we make another call to F4. So if I step over, now as you see, we have another method call in the stack. The num is 5 here. So I'm sorry, num is 4. This will display 4, but after we are done with the recursion. So here we make another call with the parameter 3, step over. Now, okay, so here, as you see, these are waiting in the stack. So parameter is 5, parameter 4, parameter is 3, and this condition is not true. Num is 3, and it is, I'm sorry, this is true. So we will go into the if state here. So now this will display 3, but later, not now. So we make another call. Parameter is 2, step over. Okay, so 2 is greater than 0, yes. So now we make another call, F1. Okay, so here F1, okay, continue. So now we make another call with the parameter 0. Okay, now num is 0, so we will not go into here, and it will not display anything. And the remaining parts, so after this is done, we will come to here, and in here the only remaining part is system. So what will it display? It displays 1, and then this will be removed from the stack. We will come to here, and here only this statement is waiting, and parameter is 2. This will display 2, and then this will display 3, this displays 4, this displays 5. After this displays 5, we will go back to main method, and we are done. So let's come to here. So if I step over, okay, so now, so let me step over. So now we are here and the parameter is 1. So this will display 1. Okay, so let me put breakpoint, step over. Okay, now we are here. Parameter is 2. This will display 2. Okay, and then step over. Okay, now we are here. As you see, we have 1, 2, 3 method f method call in the stack. And if I step over, this will display 3 and this will be removed also. If I step over, okay, it displays 3. Now let me step over and you will see that this will be gone. Okay, it is gone and we have only 2 method call in the stack. The parameter is 4 and this will display 4 and then this will be removed from the stack. We will come to here. Okay, so that means the parameter is 5. So let's see in here, this will display 4. Okay, it displayed 4 and now this will be removed from the stack. Okay, now we are here. This displays 5. Step over and after this we will go back to main method. Okay, now we are in main method. This is done and this displays 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, and then that's all. I hope this is clear. So see you at the next video.